Do a little walk around here. See Blue Springs back on again. Just understand we do have a relationship with King. We've had it for a long time, and we are trying some more spring rates, just trying to get it fine-tuned just a little bit more. This car does not have the soundproofing, but you can see all the detail inside. Over here we got the Blue El Jefe. A lot of people haven't heard these things run. See if I can get this one to fire while I'm here. Might have to shut the... Oh, come on. A little cold-blooded, huh? We're inside the building. Kind of gives you an idea of they're a little cold-blooded on initial start with no temp. Click through the pages, see what kind of temp we have on this one. So this is obviously in Celsius, but if you hold the second button down, drops it over to Fahrenheit. So there you go. Now she's warmed up enough. She's sitting and idling good. Got Daniel's computer hooked up over there, monitoring all the systems. CVT cover on. Last weekend, when I raced the prototype El Diablo, we did run it with our new spec engine, ran it with the catalytic converter, pretty much all the systems. The new accessory drives are under that cover up there. Way up in there, they are hidden and protected. They do have a cover on them. Quiet, kind of really, really nice. This one has a spare tire in the bed. Tailgate comes down. I don't believe there's another sport UTV in the industry that you can carry a spare tire laying flat in the bed, still have rear view camera or rear view mirror angle. And then this is the race car. We did not race this one. We ended up racing the older one. Felt a little more confident that we didn't get this one done until right before the race, but I do love how big the bed is in the back of this. This is a full carbon car. This car here is actually headed to the Dakar Rally. So that was another reason we opted to leave this one. We just put a few miles on it, do initial shakedown, and we'll get this one ready and send it off to the Dakar this year to a customer. That will not be a factory race team, but that will be a factory race car. Very NASCAR-ish with all the decals looking like the stock, but the way the body fits on this thing, it is basically identical to what the production one is here. And then there's our four-seater. We had it out here. We pre-ran. This car has so many miles on it now. It's absolutely crazy. If you look at the tires, these things, tires probably have about 5,000 miles on them, and they are about worn out. When they get down to this wear bar right here, that's when we suggest you put new ones on. But we wanted to run them for a very, very long time and just prove them out and make sure they were reliable and up to par at speed to what we want to do.
Show them inside F1.
Inside F1, wonder if the lights, things are still on. You know, if you look at some of the vehicles that we built over the years, this is one of our Dakar support rigs. One thing this does, by bringing it out here to the Havasu building, it gave us a basically full shop on wheels. It's got a lathe, a mill, a grinder, a press, a shear, a roller. Gives us all the tools we need to be able to prep and maintenance cars on the field. You can see that definitely hasn't been a day of clutch testing. So you see the bench here, lots of clutch parts and pieces laid out. Yeah, let's see if it's, Chris might have shut the power off already. No, he didn't. This is a like I said, a vehicle. We built 3 of these things. We got steps here to ladder up in. And inside this vehicle has a full roll cage. Has about 1,000 horsepower V8 Detroit that Penske did for us. Roll cage all the way through there with 3 seats across the back. And paddle shift 18 speed right there, sequential. Just flick gears and go. It does have a clutch, but once it gets rolling, it sinks the clutch for you. I believe these cars have done 4 Dakar rallies with these support trucks. As I said, this car has been running the whole time we've been here. This one over here, we're all set up. Got ourselves a nice little bay set up here with all the cars lined up. This one here has the, are you asking about the Speed UTV or the Dakar truck, how much? I'm going to say we have about $1 million into each one of those Dakar trucks once they're rolling. All the parts and accessories inside of them, cabinets as Daniel's rolling through there over there. This is our suspension wall. Obviously, all the Gordini suspension's off of it, but it did hold 2 complete cars hanging on the wall of A-arms, lower A-arms, upper A-arms, shocks, pretty much everything you need to do a Dakar. A little shout out to Kyle over at Speed Tools. I don't know if you've seen these kits, but this is all we've been working out of for the last 2 days. It makes it really, really nice. And this was something we built originally for the Dakar Rally, and now we've offered up to customers. It's pretty much the ultimate motorsports kit, from safety wire pliers to flush cuts to calipers and feeler gauges to line wrenches on the backside. Pretty much everything you need to work on a top level trophy truck, Speed UTV, or any UTV or any boat, car. Nice thing is it has wheels. Allows us just to get right to where it's at, and at the end of the day, you understand where your tool is. Very aircraft style, where you have tool count. It gives us an opportunity to know which one we're missing, and before you load up, either you left it in the floorboard of the car, you need to find it, and allows us to keep going and being able to work on cars. Daniel's been the chief engineer on the whole Speed UTV project. He's out here testing. And people ask us, how long are you guys going to be in Arizona testing? And my answer is until we don't have any cars that run. That's what we're doing right now is shaking down these cars, making sure that they're reliable. Yes, we have learned a lot already. We had about 300 squawks from our initial UTV, production UTV that we're making changes on. The speed toolkits are speedtoolsinc.com. Somebody's asking, where do I get it? We actually make that ourselves. That's our own product. On this project here, when we started the Speed brand, it was all inclusive, from the tools to the tires to the wheels to the shocks to the engines, the differentials, to the clutches to ECUs. And if we didn't know how to do it, we went and associated with the best people in the business, from tap clutch to Mtron on the ECUs to, push turbo on the turbos, to Joey Arrington and Tony Cola, everybody over there at Arrington Speed. It's been awesome, and then all my staff that just digs for us week in and week out, and it doesn't stop. We raced on Saturday. Max had an unbelievable run. We get our setbacks at the racetrack on the weekend, but I got to be honest, we were told we could run that, and we would not have taken that if we couldn't. And at the end of the day, we still got second place, so I guess that's the first loser, and just means we weren't prepared enough. And I can promise you next year, when we show up at speed at the UTV Nationals or the Mint 400 or Baja or anywhere these speed cars show up next year. We will be a force to be reckoned with. I believe the base four-seater is $30,000, and if you look at this car, 30 base.
30 for the.
Oh, sorry, 30 for a Diablo or a Bandit base, 32 for a El Jefe. But think about it, it comes with roll cage, it comes with 5-point harnesses, comes with speed internal bypass tube shocks, hydraulic steering. You still get all the fancy LEDs in the front. Comes with the speed tires, 32-inch. The accessory things you can add on as you go. And yes, we do have financing for that. $32K for a base four-seater. Look at the spindles. Just really, really excited with what we've been able to do. And shock on lower arm. I'm curious if Polaris understands we have a patent on that. But patented shock on lower arm, front steer, no ball joints. He either has a monoball in the bottom and a rod end that's adjustable for camber up top. Universal suspension. Left suspension works on the right. Have we had major setbacks? Yeah, we've had some little bit of engine issues. We've had some bearing issues. We've had some oiling issues. But we've been on it, and that is part of the game here. Is how fast can we get it fixed and reliable, and how many miles can we put on them, so that we can get these things to production. So, a lot of people are out there. When's it coming? Same answer as last week. When it's right. And what I mean right is reliable, beefy, strong, dependable, safe is probably the most important thing. Yep, I do notice that the Polaris is on the bottom. Like I said, I wonder if they checked out our patent and how they think they're going to get around that. What do I think about the new Polaris S? I don't know. Obviously the one that RJ had out there in the video, that's not a production vehicle. You can look around and see that's not production. That has a tune that him and Randy have done over at Walker Shocks. That's for sure not going to be a production vehicle the way we saw it in the video. And I think everybody here understands that. This is a production vehicle here. Top speed and race trim. Just don't want to tell you guys what it'll run. But I'll tell you it'll run faster than everybody else. And I promise you it'll run faster than that new Polaris. Think about it. We make 100 more horsepower, 50% more horsepower than the new Polaris with the speed key on E85. Production. So, I don't know. You tell me, what's 50% more power worth? All right, I'll go ahead and ask some questions. Answer some questions if anybody has any. How to handle at the race, really, really good. I had a different model than what Max had. My model was to go out there and finish, and we saw how tough the course was. I knew how tough it was going to be after watching the NA race that happened earlier in the day, and I felt all of them were going to fall out. At one point, we were sitting there third on the road. We really didn't have any issues. I did lose a hose on the turbo, which basically, imagine running a turbocharged engine without boost. That's what we had. And a clamp came loose on the inlet charge tube. Thank God it was blowing all the air out, not sucking the dust in. Yes, we'll post some testing videos. I'll get Rob Harris to get some of these videos out and get them posted. But these things are multiplying every night. I don't know what happens when I leave, but there must be some funky stuff going on because more cars pop out every day. Kind of cool, when you go from concept. I wish the gray one was here. Max has got the gray one out testing some clutch stuff right now. He left about an hour ago, but pretty cool when you go concept four-seater, test car, and then to prototype over here, and just knowing what our next car is going to look like and all the improvements we're making, the fit and finish on the doors, fit and finish on the hood. It's small details, but those small details we need to make perfect for you guys. And that's why you build pre-production cars. That's why you test them. That's why you make them better. And we learn every single day. All right. Well, we just want to keep showing you what's going on, what we're doing. We have not slowed down. Every week we get on the gas. We've actually just started looking for an additional engineer and 2 tech mechanics so that we come out here testing. We want to be able to run 24 hours a day. We don't want to stop at night. We're pretty much junk after 12 hours, so we are looking for another engineer that would join on the test team, as well as 2 highly qualified technicians that would move over to the race team once the testing is done. But when we come testing, starting the next test, we will run 24 hours a day. Can't afford to lose the 10 or 12 hours of sleep that we're losing right now, and we need to continue. 10, 8? What time did you leave last night? All right, when did you leave last night?
What time did we go to bed?
What time did you leave the facility last night?
We're still working when we left.
Okay, and then what were you doing when you were working?
We talked to the factory, review all the...
So you're really saying you only got 5 hours of sleep anyways?
5 or 6.
All right, well, that's perfect. I was told a long time ago that you get plenty of sleep when you're dead. So right now we got speed UTVs that we need to deliver to customers and get the show on the road. So thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back next week. We'll share some videos from all the testing. And this car here is headed to San Hollow to UTV takeover. So Connor and Todd will be at San Hollow starting tomorrow. And belts. Yes, we have a belt, and we have no problem with our belts. There's nothing wrong with a belted car. Oh, yes. I do want to thank my buddy here over at Wire Free Communications. And they came in and hooked us up here at the dealership test facility. We've been running without Wi-Fi, without internet. Basically, we come here and we kind of go in our hole, and it's made testing very, very difficult. But now that we got Wire Free Communications in Lake Havasu, they dialed us in, came in yesterday, got us all hooked up, ran basically flawless, just like we do at home base now, and things are good. I want to thank VP. Obviously, you see the X85 here. This is for the E85, so when we run on the basically high boost, we can run at 300 horsepower. We do have crawl gears built in these. We got full spools built into them, and they are, I don't know if I want to take this car and just go destroy it through the rocks. I mean, it's got nice rockers on it, but there is that group that wants to go to the King of the Hammers, and we will be at King of the Hammers as well. We'll go beat it through the rocks as well, but pretty confident we're going to put some rockers on the side of these. One thing nice about the rockers on our cars, they work as mud deflectors to keep the mud away from the doors, but the nice thing it does is, Daniel, would you step onto that, please? This is like a running board for a normal truck. So it does have a tube underneath there. As you see Daniel standing on the running board there. Makes it a lot easier for us older people getting in the cars. It's about comfort. It's about rideability and being able to do it for a long time. And we wanted to make sure it's all bitching. But yes, we will be at King of the Hammers. We will have a customer car at Dakar. We will be at the Mitt 400 with a couple race cars. And looking forward to doing battle with all these guys in the UTVs. A lot of people say, why am I competing in the UTV category? And I think they're honestly looking at it like a step down. I got to be honest, the competitors are awesome there. Yes, we get some of them that don't like us. That's okay. That's what competition's about. But then again, most of them are pretty good competitors. And it is the largest class in the off-road community today. That Pro Turbo and Pro NA is the largest class in off-road motorsports. And the OEMs are playing. We welcome Polaris and Can-Am. Hopefully they welcome us to the battle. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Daniel, I want to thank you and your team. Matt, Casey Jeffries, can't say enough about you. Chris Bowler, Randy, everybody on the team that made this happen. From Tony, Dave and Alan from TAP. We had a fleet of people here for UTV Nationals, and I can't say how proud I am about this group because I know everybody's giving me a hard time about the 100% finishing rate. Facts are facts. 2 cars in there, both finish 100%. You look at the other cars, they didn't have that record. It is what it is. We're new, but we are here to finish, and we're here to finish first. Got a long ways to go. Thank you very much. Have a good night.